Yeah, for sure. I hope as well that they can secure some victories. Also, maybe another take. If we win this game against the YBL, the next opponent might be Swiss Ghosts. What do you think about this?
I think it's a really cool opportunity to like play against Swiss Ghosts again, even though it's not like the same roster than it has before, since I think they changed. I'm not sure if they changed anything, but we have changed a lot. I mean, 3 new players in the team, or 2 new players. I'm sorry. Since the uh, encounter at the Polygon. So I'm really hyped for that. I hope this will happen, to be honest. I really hope so. I hope they will have to play against them. And yeah.
So it might be like a little retribution act from like Polylan, because I know Polylan was quite the games. I think you've been playing at Polylan, no?
Yes, I have
So
been playing.
that might be the game of the games for this playoffs.
I mean, for sure it is. I hope so. And I hope they can get the win back against them. Right? So
Okay, for sure. Yeah, good shit. Maybe also, I know you've been playing some quite a lot of games, you know, under the Team Genetix belt. How do you usually prepare for playoffs? Do you just try to look at as many opponents as you can, because there's still a big pool of opponents, right? So, what do you think is a good way to prepare mentally, maybe also like player wise?
I mean, for me, it was almost every time all about like preparing how we approach like draft and games. So like in the past like times or years where I was in the team, I took a lot of effort always, like as soon as I knew that we were going to playoffs and we're going to play them, I started to actually do Google Docs and find like look at every Prime League game they played, look at every champion games they played. I wrote Word documents of like 3 pages for every opponent, just so I know exactly what they're gonna play against which champion, what they actually banned a lot of times if enemy players played him, and yeah, that was just my thing about it. Um, I'm not sure if that's the right thing to do. I think preparing is very good, but I think sometimes I was just over prepared. Um, of course, if you want to win this stuff, I think you have to just stick with the things that you're really good at, that your team is really good at, and just try to box these things through. And yeah, that's just the main thing to do, actually.
Okay, but you still think that champion select is one of the most important parts of the game, even though
I
you still go into the game and can play the game, of course, and can outplay or do certain things in game. But I still think that champion select is a good way to prepare things and try to win it through champ select. Or what is your take on it?
I mean, if you draft good, if you're drafting way better than your opponent, you just take a heavy burden off yourself. So if you don't have to be in the position that you have to outplay the enemies, you have one thing less to worry about. If you can just say, okay, look, our team comp is so much better in like mid to late game, in team fights or whatever, and you can like manipulate enemies into drafting into your comp so that you're actually good against them, you just have a huge advantage. So drafting is one of the like I mean, yeah, you're still in the game and everything, and I mean, we're currently in a spot that like if you're better again than your opponent, you just win, even though you play like whatever, right?
Yeah.
But drafting it's always been important. It's even more important now. Yeah.
I see, for sure. Yeah, I heavily agree on that. For sure, I think it's a huge time investment to prepare the whole thing. Scout the enemies, even if they have like a 10-man roster, you need to be prepared for like all the champions that might get picked. But yeah,
Especially right now in this season, you have so many powerhouse champions, right? You have so many champions that you want on your team and you don't want to play against them.
yes,
Since I mean the patch is out now, I think some AP jungle champions did get nerfed and everything. But there are so many very, very strong ADCs that you want on your team. There are so many strong junglers that you want on your team, and you don't want to play against them. Right.
yeah,
So like there are junglers that can full clear in like they have the full clear done and are at scuttle for 30 seconds just dancing there without using their second smite. And then you have junglers that simply cannot do that. Like it's not possible. Right? And you're just behind all the time. So drafting is really important right now. Especially like with the current ADC meta, that AD carry champions are so strong, and there are some AP champions that can compete with these AD carry champions, but there are like much less in the current meta. So you want these AP carry champions, and like combined with a good AD carry, you just win games because of that.
Do you still think the game heavily runs around jungle control? Or
we're already in draft.
yes, we run draft.
Good.
Exactly.
Good. I mean, okay, Draven done. I think yeah, you have to have a lot of control in jungle, and junglers can just like play around the map with the support together. So these two like roles in particular in competitive environment is just it's crucial that they actually play their roles good.
Okay, so jumping into jump select, we see some AD carry bans coming out: Draven, Vi, Nautilus from YBL's side, and Caitlyn, Thresh, Nocturne ban from Team Genetix' side. Team Genetix are at the moment on red side, so having the last pick, and YBL on blue side having first pick with the Lilia first pick. So already jungle focused. What do you think about revealing jungle so early? I mean, it's a possible blind pick for sure if you want to secure the champion.
I mean, Lilia is a champion that is like it's a champion that clears fast. It's an AP jungler, and you can just like you can draft so much good things around her, right? And I think it's a good blind pick. On the other side, as we talked about it, we have the Brand in the jungle, another AP jungler, another very fast clearer, another champion that's just like so oppressive in team fights. Same as Lilia, really good.
I mean, still, there's the possibility to flex Brand to support role if you want to do that. I don't know if it's still a thing.
You can do it, but it's like he's so strong in jungle right now. I don't think you would ever do it. Just because I think he has like the fastest clear right now. I'm not sure, but like really, really fast, faster than Lilia, and you just want this solo XP, solo gold, like being everywhere on the map is just, it's way too important.
Okay, but still I think Void has not been playing a lot of, I mean, I don't think I've saw him play Brand in jungle during normal week, like during the week of Prime League. He rather opted like for Sejuani or Vi himself, so that would definitely be a new thing. For Void, maybe?
I have been talking to him, and they played a lot of Brand jungle.
Okay.
I mean, they have to play Brand jungle to get higher in the Prime League. They just have to. It's way too strong, right? So they must have the option to actually pick him away from the enemies. In this scenario, they just picked it themselves, right? But you have to have this champ in jungle. And it's also really easy to play, so...
Okay. Also, maybe we have Camille and Aatrox on top lane matchup. We know that Roshan is very, very strong on Aatrox, I think. He was banned most of the time in Prime League.
Yeah.
What do you think about that matchup?
I think it's Camille favored.
Camille favored, okay.
Yeah, I mean Aatrox can just like, it's the matchup is way harder to play for Camille, than for Aatrox. Aatrox can just chill in this lane, right? And Camille has to force the fights, so it's harder to play the Camille part to get ahead. But what the big problem is, Camille outscales Aatrox immensely, like super hard. As soon as Camille hits Trinity Force and they're both even, she can just like run him down all the time in side lane.
Okay, so we have a Ahri blind pick, which means that support will get last pick for Team Genetix unless they decide to flex the brand on support, which we're probably not gonna see. Since brand jungle is the stronger part at the moment. So YBL now on their last two picks with picking top lane and support role. And it's going to be an Ornn support if I'm not mistaken.
Could be Ornn mid lane against Ahri.
Okay.
Well,
or a
but we will
Camille
see.
support with the cheesy
Yes.
thingy thing, but yeah,
Also very possible.
yes, oppressive as hell. I hate to play against this. I think I returned to League of Legends, played 2 games against Camille support, and immediately quit again. But I'm also bad at the game, so.
Okay. So it's gonna be Gragas mid lane, Camille top, Camille support, Ornn top lane,
Okay.
and we leave.
And we leave the champ select. I think there was a mistake done.
Yeah. For the point on, like Team Genetix, they could play like something like Jarvan or Sejuani in jungle, but it's super bad. If you play Sejuani in jungle and your team doesn't get ahead, you don't really have that much damage actually in your game, because like you have Jhin. Jhin is meh in damage. You have Aatrox on top, which is okay, but he can like, against their team comp, it's really hard to play. There's a lot of range. The Gragas can never be catched, and also Lilia is super fast. Zeri he can never like walk up to even. Camille can just dodge him. So then we have Ahri in mid lane. That's not like a damage powerhouse. She's more like a setup champion and like a really annoying buck that just flies around with ult every 20 seconds. So we need brand jungle here, and we need an engaged support. I would love to see something like Leona or Nautilus is banned, I think. Thresh is banned.
Yeah, Alistar is banned as well, so they're not a lot of options, but it would definitely be a possibility with maybe Leona, as you said.
Yeah. Because Team Genetix needs engage. The only engage they had right now was like Ahri Charm, but you cannot rely on Ahri Charm.
Yes. Especially since she's playing behind pretty far, unless she wants to play risky as hell, but getting engaged would be really, really unfortunate in a fight for a risky charm on a target, no.
Yes. Okay, we see Braum.
Okay,
we don't see Braum.
Okay, they are doing stuff we don't understand, okay. So first pick would have been Lilia, but
Okay.
so we're having a bit of nervousness, maybe, from YBL.
Maybe.
But I'm not expecting, because they played, 7 weeks of games, so and they went second for in their group, so I think that's also a respectable result. They tied, but I think they lost the tiebreaker against first place. Let me check really quickly. Actually, they won the tiebreaker. So they got out. Okay, never mind. The enemy team surrendered, so they Actually, never mind. So now I see it. It was a tiebreaker between. It was a three-way tiebreaker in their group, with first, second, and third place. And they played a tiebreaker between second and third place, and the enemy team gave up. So they did not want to play playoffs apparently. So Yoga, bot lane, or YBL got in this playoffs, and now we're back into Champion Select, just waiting for the team to pick the champions, hopefully not messing up.
Just waiting for these last two picks.
So yeah, I mean there's not many options on Team Genetix side, right? It's it will have to be either you go with a different jungle, which is, like as you said, not the best option, since Brand jungle will be good, and unless they want to really flex Brand to bot lane, or there should be, or best case scenario you say was engage support. With that said, of course, being Nautilus being banned, Thresh being banned, and I think Alistair also being banned.
Yes. I really think they're gonna. I mean, I wish that they're gonna play Leona.
Okay.
She's just like super powerhouse right now. She can just like stand in front of Brand and Jhin. She can also just go in and suicide. And with Flash Q ult, she can lock down Seri, Lilia, and stuff like this. She can like build setup around for Ahri, make Aatrox like an easy engage and everything. Block the Ornn ult if he ults, she can just ult on top of him. Okay, Zed. That's gonna be Zed mid lane, Lilia jungle, Camille support, and Ornn top lane.
Okay. You think Camille will definitely go on top lane? I mean,
No.
Camille support on top lane against Aatrox.
Yeah, I mean, you can play Ornn support, but I don't understand why.
Yep.
Okay, Rel is similar to Leona, but I think Leona would be way better.
Okay.
Like, way better. Here. Rel is just like... Her engage is so slow, and she can like only engage with ult, but with W flash. But it's okay, I guess.
Yeah. I see. Okay, so I think we have the final setup. Maybe let's go through the matchups really quickly. So we thought it would be Camille Aatrox, but right now it's Ornn Aatrox. Maybe talk quickly to the matchup.
I mean, Aatrox Ornn is actually a little bit of a skill matchup. Ornn is extremely strong against any bruiser of kind on top lane until first item. Like, as soon as your bruiser hits first item, Ornn cannot really do anything against them. If you play around Ornn, especially like for a level 3, level 4, level 5 gank, and he gets ahead of you, he can make your life miserable. If that doesn't happen, he gets punished really hard by Aatrox later on in the game. Jungle matchup is just AP jungler against AP jungler. They both clear very fast. They both want the similar things. They're both dot champions. It just comes around like whoever gets some kills in early game, maybe farms a little better, can counter jungle a little bit, gets ahead super fast, and can carry the game easily on its own. You don't really want to build MR on our opponent's side, because we have Aatrox and we have Jhin. If you don't buy armor against Jhin and Aatrox, you're gonna die really fast. But it's really good to buy armor against them, so it's okay. Mid lane matchup, skill matchup, to be honest. I think that Zed into Ahri it's favorable for Zed. He's not gonna be able to actually 1v1 her, or he shouldn't be able to as soon as both hit 6. But also Zed and Ahri have a really weak early game. Bot lane matchup, it could go either way. I really do hope that they're not gonna try to play level 1 against Seri Camille, because they will just lose.
Yep, I agree.
Right? It's possible Rel can start Q and Camille plays in and she can like disrupts her shield with her Q and then they can one-shot her. But it's like it's so like they can just like run Rel down with Seri Camille, and if Rel has to skill W to get away or to engage on them, if Camille doesn't jump on them, they can just zone them from the wave, and it's really disgusting.
Yeah.
So I
I
hope
see.
they don't fight. Yeah.
Okay. Good stuff. Maybe win condition. I see. I mean, both teams have really scaling champions, also with their own items, of course, in mind. So, what do you think is win condition for like both teams, maybe?
I mean, for both teams, is it the junglers?
Jungler, okay.
Yeah. Lilia and Brand can play these games on their own if they get fed enough. Lilia is a little harder to play actually against the enemy team. She has to dodge a lot of shit, but it is possible to carry with this. The second carries are actually on our opponent's side. There is the option that we have Seri that gets fed and can actually carry team fights. If Ari doesn't get on Seri, it's really hard to actually kill her. Like, it's really hard. So we'll see that. And on our side, there's the problem that Aatrox is just... They have a lot of melee champs, but their melee champions are so slippery. He can play very well against the Ornn on side lane. He can play okay against side lane on Seri, but Zed, Camille, and Lilia are really hard to play against.
Okay, I'm having a little bit of issues on the stream. I'm trying to fix them as fast as I can. Hoping that it will work. I'm dropping some frames, but...
Minions have spawned.
Maybe, I hope, maybe it will stabilize, but... Really hard to say if it works or not. Yeah, it's a little bit laggy, I see it. Maybe if I... Hang on. Okay, apparently I cannot stream... Wait, hang on. Okay, I think it's fixed.
Good.
Do you
Very
see?
good.
Do you see the stream still?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so I think it's running okay at the moment. I hope. Else, let me know.
No, and for me, it's fine.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we have Ari with an early push at the moment, and I think both junglers started on top side.
Yes.
With the... I'm looking at the stream, sorry, sometimes to see if it works, but I think it seemed like it works. Okay.
Really good.
All right, so bot lane with an early push, top lane also getting out some trades. A lot of damage actually traded out by the Aatrox.
Yeah, it's really important that you don't get hit by the Aatrox W when you play against him. We have trades on bot lane. That's what I meant by Camille used her shield on the Rel, and Rel instantly procced it with her Q. Right, so Camille cannot really engage into them if Rel has her Q up, because she can just get one-shotted. We have really much pressure on bot side. I'm looking for if they want to do something, but I think they just want to secure the crab for Brand. You see now, like it was 325, and he could have also already been on the crab, right? So the jungle clears are really fast.
Yep,
at the moment. Lilia is already done with Crab. She should be resetting now as well. We'll get her first, her, how is it called? Her spirit ashes or whatever, and the clear will just accelerate from that.
I mean, I think if I see this correctly, also Brand went for a full clear,
Yes.
as well as Lilia did. So both junglers heading for top side right now.
Yes. We have a super big slow push into the Aatrox direction. He managed to push the third wave into the turret on top lane, and now he just like stands in front of Ornn, in front of the wave, in front of his turret, and is just in a super safe spot. Ornn has to be afraid that he can get ganked right now by Brand. They don't decide to do it, but Aatrox is super safe.
I mean, also the pink ward I think did not get spotted yet, so it was not cleared.
Maybe he just doesn't want to clear it because he's scared of Brand. I'm not sure. Brand is going for a walk. Okay.
Also teleport use now for top lane, so advantage on Team Genetix' side at the moment. But I don't think it will be of much use unless they want to fight the Drake. But right now, do we see the bot lane reset into for the Crocs yet, or no? They decide to walk bot lane again apparently. I think it was too early, no, for the.
No, I mean the Crocs are gonna spawn in like 30 seconds, 6 minutes. Enemy, also our support could have gone for the Crocs, but I think we decide to play for the Drake. We have Flash on top, really good. Flash for ult, it's really important. I hope he just pushes the wave in now and then goes back. Yes, and we have to reset on bot. Jin is gonna push out the wave, so enemy bot lane cannot come. Mid lane is pushed out, and they can just for free take the dragon.
Yeah, I mean the
Aatrox-
priority on mid lane was very huge.
Yes.
I think, of course, Zed losing the push early on was pretty clear. I think you can always do that. And bot lane is looking for engage. Camille has to flash out here. So another flash traded for Team Genetix.
We had the reset on top. He pushed in the wave. He resetted as soon as Lilia could have gone top lane. She decided not to because she knew that he's gonna reset, of course. And he's heading back to lane. His wave is gonna push into him for now, and he's just super safe again. Lilia does drops. Yeah, you don't really want to lose 6 drops against their team. It doesn't look like they have a split pusher, but Zed is really strong. He's almost even in CS with Ari.
Yes.
And he can split push against their team. Ari cannot face Zed as soon as 2 items are obtained by Zed and Ari. Aatrox can I can face him, but like it's so easy to play against Aatrox as Zed. You just outrange him. You poke him down in side lane, and if you have to put Aatrox into the side lane against Zed, you have Brand, Ari, Jin, and Rel against Lilia, Ornn, Seri, Camille. Camille can always suicide engage with ult over 5 walls. Ornn can ult into them, and they always get the Brand or whatever they want to get. Plus Lilia's sleep, it's really hard to actually play against this. If they have to. They need the Aatrox in the team fights.
Okay, so Lilia is doing drops at the moment. You think the next drops need to be contested by Team Genetix, is what you're saying basically.
I mean, I think Grubs could accelerate gold gain extremely. If you split push with if Ornn gets ahead someday and he has 6 Grubs, he can actually push towers with 6 Grubs. Every champion can. And 6 Grubs is just it's so much gold. Do you see right now which one the next dragon will be? We don't see, right?
It's an Infernal, actually.
It's Infernal Drake.
Yes.
Okay. So Soul is gonna be Mountain, Hextech, or Gem Tank. So we have the like 33% chance that the Soul is just gonna be useless
Okay.
with the Genetix soul, right? It's like the only actual champion that benefits a lot from it is Aatrox. All the other champions, it's just useless. So if you have 6 drops on enemy team against Genetix soul, it's gonna be hard to play.
Ripsy gets engaged here, but also Brand Void in the vicinity, so can get first blood on bot lane.
Really?
And Ripsy re-entering the fight. It was huge. I mean, Ripsy almost dying there. Was really, really close. But a really nice turn from Team Genetix' side. My stream acting
stream
up again. Yes, I know.
Yeah, mine is paused as well right now. Can we look at this again on bot?
Yes, yes, of course. I think it was right after the break ended, and Brand went back into River. So there was the break, and then immediately engaged on Ripsy.
Yeah, he gets a lot of damage from Seri before the fight. He misses his Q on the Camille, and okay, the Camille didn't get the second Q off, but this could have ended very badly.
Yes. Also,
right, we have Brand Flash with ult.
The exhaust was huge because Zeri was not able to get in the get too close with the exhaust on her.
Okay. Very good.
So we have a lead on bot lane, which is I think great. Get another plate done, and also mid lane looking pretty even farm wise. IP wave a bit low on mana, but else not looking too bad. And Brand heading for another topside clear. So yeah, not looking too bad for the first 7.5 minutes.
Mid lane has to be very careful right now. Like, she has not enough mana, and she can just easily get engaged on mid lane.
And that's basically what's happening right now. Is tower is Dominant? I think the ignite is not enough. She's living on like what, 70 HP, basically 1 HP. Yeah. So huge engage. Exhaust also used by Zed, but also IP Wave lost flash in that exchange.
It's really good for Zed to actually play traits like this. He has no ult right now, but he can look for solo kills on Ahri later on in the game. Because she doesn't have flash, she can get ganked. If a Lilia... Oh, we have some action on here on bot lane.
Okay, Void is looking
Brand
for
is
a dive.
also moving.
But I think this will be very, very clean. Still on it, but does need to be careful not to tank another shot. But Lilia's bot side, so no pressure on this side. Very, very clean dive. And Ripsy bot lane needs to be careful here. I don't think they have information that Lilia is here. But nothing happening. Lilia's still waiting on the move, and Django and Ripsy really need to be careful here.
Brand is moving bot side.
Yeah, Ahri is moving as well.
They know something is gonna happen, but it's a really hard engage.
Yeah, Lilia flash was missed also. There's nothing.
Ults.
Ripsy sacrificing himself for the kills. IP Wave picking up the Lilia, so positive trade for Team Genetix.
Okay, 1-shot miss, 2-shot miss.
Who's standing the pressure?
Fourth.
Oh, he's crazy.
Okay. 3 for 1, for 2 ultimates, 1 flash. It's looking good for Genetix right now.
Brand looking for a move. He's getting ulted on Void, but the charm is landing. But has Shadow ups again. I think he used it before, but it came off cooldown again, so nothing to fear. He has no flash picked, so there's no opportunity for him to flash in any way. But yeah, good trade-off for the moment, I think.
Yeah, that was a little bit of miscommunication by Team Genetix, since they both used their CC spells in the right same moment. Brand Q stunned Zed into the Ahri charm that stunned or charmed him simultaneously with the stun. They could have picked up the kill if they layered the CC a little bit better. Top lane is looking super rough for Ornn. As soon as Aatrox finishes his Black Cleaver, it's gonna be even harder for Ornn to play the game.
Yeah, I think also Rochard can create a freeze here on his side. I think if he decides to, but he wants to push the wave.
They want to play for the
Of
drops.
course, yeah, that makes
Right,
sense.
but what they could have done, he's a little impatient. He could have just pushed in the wave and just waited for Brand to come top. They could have dived him easily and pick up the drop afterwards.
Exactly. I think he will also maybe do it himself, but he has no ultimate available at the moment. He's still putting a lot of damage out. Flash used by both members. Need to be careful that they will not trade at the moment. Set on the move, and I think he's spotted here. So they need to be careful for the movements. Ari now heading for bot lane.
They're looking a little bit confused on the map. Brand wanted to start Grops, Aatrox wanted to dive top lane, Ari didn't have the first move against Zed. Even though Brand could have just gone top lane, gone mid lane, push out waves.
Oh. I mean, again engaged and Conqueror proccing here, a lot of damage returned. But yeah, as you said, 5 Grubs going over to YBL. And a second rake picked up by Team Genetix.
Yes, and we have the Gemtech Soul. So the Soul is not going to be very good for the team. We have a Lilia top lane gank.
Oh, Lilia on top.
He doesn't have flash, doesn't have ult. Meanwhile, we have action on bot lane.
I think
Seri getting engaged.
Seri will be dead for sure, I think. Unless Janko will be greedy with that one. Let's see top lane. Rashard still managing. I think he has no ult.
Over his life. He is 1v2ing on bot. Gets his ult back up. Okay, top lane is gonna be destroyed after this. Even though he gets his Qs, very good.
That looked a bit messy at the end, but yeah, still very clean 2v1. It's crazy.
Yeah, we have push on mid lane, so Zed cannot be top. We have vision on mid lane from Camille, so he can just pick up 3 plates on top lane right now.
IP wave unfortunately going down.
Yeah, that's what I meant by the Camille super safe over 5 walls engaged with ult. It's so easy to actually pick up kills. Even if you have Ari with ult, even if she has flash, you can just E-R her and she's dead. Like most of the times. Zed is getting really scary in this game. They have to if he starts to split push and Aatrox is really fat right now, but he doesn't have any armor and it's super hard to play against Zed. So let's see how this plays out afterwards. Also, Ornn is he is behind, of course he is, but Jhin is just not the ADC that you want into Ornn. He just builds some armor and he's just there and you shoot at him with your 4 items and you just tickle him a little bit. It's not funny.
Yeah. So we see a move on top lane against Ornn. Jhin being here, Ripsy also coming in hot. Ornn trying to ult here, maybe with the CC lock. Ornn is not able to release that ult and kill will be picked up. But yeah, so we're looking for a Herald spawn, and it's not looking too bad, right? We have kills on Jhin, we have kills on Aatrox, so right now I think it's all about doing the plays that are beneficial on the map, also getting the objectives and playing the game out cleanly, not trying to overextend on the Zed or just being careful. And also getting engaged here.
Ripsy and Django just wants to perma-fight right now. They're so ahead. Jhin has his first item. He has Infetch already finished, and he's just on his second item right now. He just wants to fight with Rel. He just wants to fight with Brand. These 3 are just so strong right now. They have so much magic damage with Brand and Jhin. They're looking here to go 3 people onto Jhin. Does the bubble hit? No, it does not. But there's the Camille ult, the Aatrox TP or Ari TP. Ari Char misses. Jhin ult comes.
Falls asleep though.
Lila ult is out.
Yeah. So a little bit of a messy fight. But Aatrox did not have to TP. It was only Ari TP, which is definitely better, I think, to try to match the Zed on the side lane. But I'm really interested to see how this will play out against Zed against Aatrox, since Aatrox is a little bit ahead or has kills, but also the Zed not being weak at the moment.
Yes, I mean, we don't want to have to TP away from Zed right now. Zed has 5 crops and their objective bounties are up, right? So if they get turrets, if Zed gets turrets and he gets it really fast with the crops, he gets a lot of gold for him and for the team, really fast.
Yeah, so what do you think will be next goal for Genetix? You see the Aatrox on top again, but you have basically every tier 2 turret already, tier 1 turret, excuse me, down. So what is the next move here?
So Drake is gonna come up very soon. So I would love them to actually get some bot lane vision. That's why they put Aatrox on top lane, because he has TP, Ari doesn't. They want to play for Drake, and they have to get some vision. Because if Lilia can just flank, or Zed can flank onto Jhin, if Camille finds an engage from somehow they don't have vision, it's really hard for them to play. And that's exactly what they're gonna do right now. Maybe if they cannot take the Drake, they still have the Herald to actually pressure the map for the Drake. They're gonna engage on Lilia, catch them on the red buff. It's be Lilia flash, but she's gonna die to the burn.
She's gonna die to burn and ignite. So clean pickup, really well played by Rips here, waiting for Brand to get closer. And basically just finishing her off. So we're looking actually at tier 1 turret, I lied. Tier 1 turret mid lane is not yet down. So that would be also an option to get, but right now Team Genetix at Drake. And Zed getting spotted here, and also Rashard doing work on top lane. I think Ornn has no chance in winning this.
No. Ornn is just, as soon as Aatrox hits Black Cleaver, Ornn's complete armor that he bought is just like, it's half the gold worth than that he put into it, and it's just like such a miserable matchup. He also bought the Bramble West. You can actually play around the Bramble West as soon as it's not the Thornmail, because you can only proc the anti-healing as soon as Aatrox auto-attacks. So he just doesn't auto-attack, and he actually heals more if he doesn't use it, then like auto-attacking him with his passive.
That's right, I did. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But still, Team Genetix needs to be careful not to lose those shutdowns or the objectives bounty, preferably. Would be a lot of gold going over to YBL.
Yes.
And right now we're seeing some mid lane pressure applied. And Aatrox matching the set on the bot lane.
We want to take the mid lane turret, but they have Seri with the static shift. They have a lot of wave clear in mid. They're using the Herald now to hopefully play for mid lane tier 1 and mid lane tier 2. Zed has the pressure right now, but they don't have that many vision on top side, so Ornn and Lilia are able to move into mid lane. Also, Zed is moving into mid lane, and if they find an engage on like anyone,
yeah, we
maybe
see
Void here.
Tokyo drifting in it, and Lilia trying to engage, but immediately gets deleted. And a TP comes out from Aatrox, also set on the move in mid lane, but this one down for YBL.
Yes.
And
Ornn is
also
trying to get the engage, but that's not going to be enough.
Unfortunate, also getting basically removed from the game after that failed engage, so 2 players down.
Yeah, they just have so much damage in their comp right now. They have Brand, they have Aatrox that like shreds armor for the Jhin that already bought Lord Dominic's and has Infetch, so his 4th shot is just dealing so much damage. Right. Zed is going to try to 1v1, and if he is alone, if Aatrox is alone, he might able, if he plays it good, he is able to pick up the kill. But as soon as he gets outnumbered, he cannot do anything. There we have the Jhin and Brand damage. With the Rylai's permanent slow, it's super easy for Jhin to hit the ult afterwards.
Yeah, a lot of players dying left and right, but I think it was very, very well played. Still no shutdown lost on the side of Team Genetix, also no objective lost turret-wise for Team Genetix, so looking pretty well. I think right now we entered the stage where it's the Team Genetix meme, where we throw mid-game. But I think right now the main goal is to avoid that as good as possible, stay on the 2 deaths we have, and just play it down cleanly. You think next objective will be Nash, probably get control over it and try to end the game with that?
Yes. I think I'm not sure if they're able to end the game with it. Even though they cannot. I mean, they can like play 1-3-1, but it's actually really risky. That like the enemies are just engaging onto one side of the map as soon as they can. So the main thing is that like we can pick up Nash easily here, but Zed is gonna take the bot lane turret, and they still have a lot of engage and a lot of damage on a single target. So if they decide to play 1-3-1 in on the map, Ahri goes top lane, Jhin, Rel, Brand goes mid lane, and Aatrox will be bot lane. They can just like catch someone on one lane.
Or needs to be careful here is maybe caught. 3 players of Team Genetix on top side, trying to push out top now. As you said, Aatrox matching the set, and they only got 1/3 from that actually. Mid lane was pretty close to fall, but was not the case. So focus is on top side.
This scenario is like it's really dangerous for Genetix. Even though they are so ahead, they still have a really good comp to actually engage on them. They have one ult down. Aatrox doesn't have the pressure right now, and he doesn't have TP. They will reset now and hopefully play for the Nash, play for the soul. So they are resetting all of them. I hope Ahri will go back to top lane. She has TP. She can take pressure away with the Baron, and not just walk to Drake. And yeah, they were just okay. She just TP's bot. We want to fight 5v5. Also good.
It was
We used Sonya's.
We used Sonya's. Okay, just for the start. We don't need that anyway.
No matter. You didn't see there was Ornn ult.
Oh, it was Arnold. Are you sure?
No.
I mean, he still has ult, so.
Yes.
Okay, so we secured Soul. Oh yes, it was invisible Arnold. Okay.
Yeah.
Riot Games. Okay, so Soul pick up.
That's what I meant. They're just like a grouping as 5 now. They're so strong. They shouldn't be able to actually lose a fight. And they're just gonna take tower over tower right now.
Yeah, we have Ornn
is
with TP available though, but trying to push out top side.
Yes, but
I don't know if it's a good idea. They need ult, no?
The Ornn ult, yeah, but he is coming back now, and They probably thought that Genetix cannot take the turret here without with this one wave, but they actually can.
Yeah, Ripsy going in
from Rel. We instantly kill Lilia. There's the dangerous Ornn ult. Aatrox goes down to Zed ult.
That's a huge shutdown, but it's still a lot of damage from Team Genetix side.
3, and the 4th.
Ooh, need to flash though.
Missed. It's very good for Team Genetix. They can end the game here.
Yep.
Camille still has ult, but Zeri and Camille is just not gonna do anything. They just have to wait right now. Maybe Ahri can go mid lane and take the mid lane wave. Ahri flash charm. Camille tries to engage. Ults the Brand.
Voids needs to be careful here. Yeah, but cleanly played out. They have no wave unfortunately, so I don't know if you can end the game here.
They should just back. Just back. Lilia is gonna come up with ult and flash ready. Okay, Rel gets the engage on Lilia. She just dies without using flash or ult. Zed is coming in as well. We have Aatrox TP. Maybe they can just win the fight again, but I think they had Baron buff. They could have just backed off, play with the wave, since Baron buff is for minions and is not for champions. Very good. They will back off. They got the bot lane inhibitor, and they should just try to either go bot lane again, play with the super minion wave. I think they can just 5-man ult into them and just kill them all off. Cannot really do anything against them at this point.
I mean, we could also see maybe a top lane push and just let the bot lane wave. But actually, Camille gets catched here or gets caught.
Very good tent from Brand. He is camping main. I knew that he has started to fishing, and it actually paid off.
Yeah, exactly.
He learned to build the tents on his own. Very good. They're just gonna take the next inhib. I hope they just try to engage now.
Yep.
They just fight Camille is dead, they can just like run them down,
I mean,
run
Revolt,
into their Nexus.
Revolt would be available. We see the Ornult coming out, but Rel going into the backline. Lilia trying to get Ari, actually gets Ari, but I think Aatrox doing a lot of work in the backline, just basically playing by himself and getting a lot of kills picked up, and this will be game 1 for Team Genetix.
Very, very good. Very, very good.
I think it was cleanly played till the end, which was important to see, of course.
Since our last coach said, I'm gonna rephrase him or like dictate what he said or whatever it is called. Yeah, clean game, guys. A little bit of minor mistakes, but you did fine.
Minor mistakes, exactly. Oh, I think in the end it was well played.
Yes.
Very, very few deaths. Unfortunately, I had to skip the stats. I'm sorry, because the invite already came out. But yeah, I think right now, question from my side is: you saw game 1. What would you change? What would change up compared to game 2? What do you maybe need to take into consideration?
I mean, the drafting was absolutely fine on both sides. I think Django is super confident on playing Jhin right now, and they obviously can play it on bot lane, and they want to get leads on bot lane. We saw only like jungle was only bot lane, like Brand was only ganking bot lane. He did like one gank in mid lane or 2 ganks, and he was just bot side hovering all the time, so he can play Jhin there. If Jhin gets fed, he's super oppressive. I only see one problem: if Jhin doesn't get super ahead, if Aatrox doesn't get super ahead, and they just go even into mid, into late game. We saw these Ant team fights. We saw Aatrox running into them, and if he doesn't have a good angle to actually hit the backline, he actually dies. Ornn ult comes out, and Lilia sleep, and Zed ult, it's a lot of damage. I would change up the Rel for Leona. I think Leona's just a better champion, but probably it's personal preference. So both are fine. Yeah. I wouldn't change anything up.
Okay. I mean, I think still probably at the moment Team Genetix is a pretty comfortable seat. No, you're ahead 1 game. You won the game pretty cleanly. So I think that the worst thing that can happen is that you need to adapt to bans that will come out right now, right? So we saw a lot of support bans. We saw some AD carry bans, also Vi banned from Void. So it will depend on what will be banned in game 2. And Team Genetix will basically have to adapt to that, or like right now it looks like Team Genetix will be on blue side for the next game, and YBL will be on red side for the next game. So Team Genetix losing the last pick, but will gain the first pick for the next game.
Yes, I do think that red side is just so much better right now. There are certain champions that you want to pick up, especially like Lilia Brand. I think Brand is just much more important than Lilia at this state of the game. There are certain AD carry like first picks that you can do, but like the last pick, the support counter pick, the top lane counter pick, it's just so important. If you can pick a support into their team comp that can actually play the game or just scale or is just super fine, we can you can accelerate on that. Also with top lane matchups, right? If you have a top lane and that's just like, okay, look, I can play this champ. The enemy top laner is going to be miserable. I'm going to be ahead anyway. And if they try to punish me on top lane, I can just chill and I'm going to be fine anyway. It's so important that you can just play with your jungler around your bot side. You get your bot side ahead and everything. So I prefer red side. But we'll see. Maybe we have a very good blind pick, first pick on top on blue side.
Yeah, definitely, I agree. I mean, red side I think has its perks, but blue side also, like, of course, has its perks as well. But it looks like really that also Team Genetix decided to go on red side so for the first game, and of course JBL right now deciding to go for red side in the second game. So I think you have plans for both sides in pick and ban. It really depends how you want to play it out. As I said, I don't really like picking first. But maybe that's because I have PTSD from just first picking Orianna every time. Yeah, I mean, I'm really interested to see how the game 2 will play out. No, because usually first game is always new. You don't know the opponents. You didn't see how they play the game. You didn't see the champions. Right now, you have a lot of insight what is happening, what is going on, and you can really adapt pretty quickly to that. So it will be interesting how game 2 plays out.
Yes. I think they will look for like a ban on brand or something. It's really oppressive if they don't want to play it themselves. I mean, the enemy team, JBL?
YBL, yes. But
YBL.
Yes.
Okay. But like on top lane, if they want to play something like Ornn, you have to ban a lot of things.
Yep.
Rosar can always play Aatrox. If you ban Aatrox, there comes Darius. If you ban Darius, there comes Camille. If you ban Camille, there comes Jax. If you ban Jax, right? It's going on and on and on. So Ornn is it's a really, really good top laner, but you're like, if the opponent is a little better than you, if you don't get any help, like in the early game, if you cannot outplay the enemy opponent before like first item, it's gonna be just miserable for you.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the opportunity to send Camille top lane would have been there, no? Because Camille was picked B3 and Ornn was B4.
Yes, I mean, yes, of course. But I don't know if they didn't want to. I'm not sure if how good the enemy top lane is and how confident he is.
Okay.
Like, Camille is a champion that you actually have to play sometimes. You cannot just play her into Aatrox. As I said, the Camille Aatrox matchup it's harder for Camille, but if he plays it better than Aatrox, she's gonna be rewarded so much more. Right? But if you're not better than the Aatrox, or if you're just like even and you don't really get any kills and everything, it's still not like, you just don't feel good playing the matchup as a Camille.
I see what you mean. Definitely. Yeah. I mean, we know that Rochar is very, very confident on Aatrox as well. So if you, it will be difficult no matter what, even if you pick like something you're comfortable with. I think there's as it's a difficult matchup against Rochar, no. But
absolutely. Also, Aatrox doesn't. I mean, he has some counters. He has some matchups that are not good, but he is not like, he doesn't really have a matchup that you just like, you pick it into him and he's just like, okay, wow, I cannot play top lane. I'm gonna be under my turret the whole game. Like, a matchup that can do that is Fiora, but also the Fiora has to play very good. Right? Yep. So Aatrox is just super safe pick right now. If he doesn't have to get ahead super hard to actually be useful. He can just always go for cheap items. He bought Black Cleaver this game, which is very expensive, but he can also go for Eclipse that's like only 2,800 gold. It's really cheap. Into like actually, if he doesn't have any gold, into a Knight's Vow or any support item that gives just some resistances, cooldown reduction, and HP, since he got like he gets like a lot of base stats from his ult, and he can just be there. He can still just be there and be useful because you cannot ignore him. If he gets his levels, if he gets like 2 cheap items, he's still gonna be a threat to your team.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's definitely interesting to see, of course.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what they will send into the top lane against Aatrox. It's if they ban it, there's gonna be a Darius or something. Most people enjoy like to play against Aatrox more than to play against Darius, and I can totally like understand that.
Yep, same.
In a certain level, like especially around Diamond and Masters, Darius is just like, it's really frustrating to play against because you can solo kill him 3 times and he gets level 6. You misstep 1 time, he presses Ghost and he just runs you down, kills you anyway.
Yep.
Right. With Aatrox, same shit, but not that bad.
I mean, you still can dodge. I mean, there's no ghost that comes additionally, you know.
I mean, he has Ghost on ult basically.
Yeah, but yeah, true. Okay, so we're heading back into Champ Select. Team Genetix on blue side, as mentioned, and YBL on red side. So having the last pick for YBL at the moment. We see Caitlyn ban coming out. Was the same as before, so Genetix not changing it up. Brand ban immediately coming out, so YBL does not want to see that again. Thresh ban against YBL from Team Genetix, also the same as the game before. Draven also the same ban as the previous game from YBL, so no change up there. And Nocturne ban as a final ban. So Team Genetix did not change up their bans. And Vi is open right now for Brand. And we're going for the Jhin first pick immediately. I know you're not a fan of that, I think. No? Or
I'm not really a fan of.
You're not a fan.
Game, no. Especially like, I think Jhin first picking. I don't know, like, probably we're not gonna see an AP jungler from Team Genetix now. I don't think he played. I mean, we could see Diana Yasuo.
Okay.
Right from they played. I think they played a lot of Diana Yasuo. I'm not sure if IP Wave plays Yasuo, but I think he did. And Renee is playing a lot of Diana, so this is possible. We see the Jinx pick, so there's an opening for Vi. We don't have Saya on the enemy team. Saya's really annoying against Vi. She's not really in the meta. Okay, we're not gonna see Vi, hopefully, against Braum.
Why is that?
I mean, Vi can always ult Jinx, but if Braum has like 3 brain cells, he can just step there, let the Vi ult come out, stand before the Jinx. As soon as the Vi connects, yeah, there we go. Jarvan is way better. And he can Braum put up the shield, and like Vi is alone there.
Oh, just insta dies. Okay, I see.
Yeah, and just dies. Right.
Okay, so we see Jarvan as a jungler. I think I like that. I always am a fan of that. And right now we see IP Wave hovering for a support, or the support is hovered.
Rakan.
Senna Jhin bot lane.
Really, really good. Braum can't really do anything against.
Yeah, true.
Senna.
Actually.
She can just permanently stack on him. Braum is a really good pick against Jhin because, yeah, shield. Jhin does nothing. He has 4 auto attacks, and he cannot really.
Still need to be careful. You know, Senna very, very weak. If she gets engaged somehow, it's basically a sheet of paper.
Absolutely, yeah. But I do hope that they don't get engaged by Braum.
Yeah, I also hope
right.
as well.
She has so much range. The only possible engage onto Senna is if she walks into the enemy wave and Braum can like W auto-tech Q her, she gets slowed and she's in her shroud. Otherwise, Braum can just like jump in front, Q the Senna shrouds, and Jinx cannot auto-turn the Senna afterwards if Braum is not in the shroud. So it's really hard to get engaged by this.
So we see Gragas ban coming out from YBL and Camille ban from Team Genetix side, so we will not see the Camille again, which is, I don't know if it would have been a flex pick anyway, because the support's already picked. And
I think they're looking for Aatrox again on top lane. As I said, Camille is just like it's an okay matchup. I mean, it's actually a good matchup into Aatrox, and so they're probably gonna pick up the Aatrox again on top lane.
Okay, so right now it will be interesting. Team Genetix need to blind 1 pick, and YBL can last pick and counter maybe something of Team Genetix, but we will see.
Team Genetix banned Talia, good ban. Jarvan is like super cocked by Talia. He can just like, if he wants to engage, Talia presses her E. Syndra, very good pick if she can play it right. If she holds her E in mid lane, she's basically ungankable against Jarvan. She can always interrupt his EQ.
Yeah, still the opportunity right now for IP Wave to counter that Syndra pick.
Yeah.
Let's see what they're gonna decide on, and then of course top lane needs to be blinded, and theirs will be Orianna.
I just wanted to say I would love an Orianna here. It's so strong with Jarvan. Even though Braum stands behind or between the enemy team and our team and just shields up, the Orianna ball is coming through with the ult. If Jarvan hits an ult on Jinx, Syndra, or Viego, they're just instantly gonna die.
Yeah, I really love the Orianna pick, and right now we will see the last pick on from Ripsy, I mean from Ashar, and it's going to be a Darius. That's crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
And they locked Teemo against it.
Okay. I'm not a big fan of that, but let's see what the team is cooking here.
There's a lot of cooking going on.
Yeah.
So that was a very, very interesting pick and ban. I think we didn't speak about the jungle matchup too much. Maybe you can guide me through that, Jarvan against Viego.
I mean it's how can I Viego, Syndra, Jinx. It's the comp that you actually played back in the day. You engage on someone with Viego or with Syndra QE, and then you stun it with Viego and you ult it with Syndra. Jinx gets the reset. Viego gets his form of whatever is there, and this plays out really good. I don't think you can actually talk about the jungle matchup here. You have to look at the whole matchup itself.
Okay.
We have Jarvan, Orianna, Jhin, and Viego, Syndra, Jinx. Viego, Jarvan are not similar champions, but they are both AD junglers. They both want to full clear, actually. Jarvan wants to get his level 4, so he gets like more damage. And it's just... These two champions, I hope they don't really interact with each other that much. They're both similarly strong in a 1v1. They both have like some outplay potential with like dodging EQ from Jarvan or predicting W from Viego. But they synergize really, really well with their own team.
I mean, I really like the comp from still Jarvan and Orianna. I mean, I'm a huge Orianna fanboy. Considering this, I mean, it's such a staple pick, and if you play it right with the J4, or even if you get a good engage off with Jinx, like only having flash available, Syndra only having flash available, Teemo only having flash available, there's so much you can do if there's like a choke point. So I really love the pick. Love to see it, of course. And yeah, also I'm interested in the bot lane matchup, how it will be played out with Jhin Senna against Jinx Braum. Of course, Braum being strong against Jhin, but Senna maybe also can do some work. I
must say, I do like the YBL comp way more.
Okay.
In this particular thing. We don't look at the Teemo. The Teemo is just weird. But like, if there was an Ornn or something, they literally have Exodia, and they just need to survive. They can drop 2 Drakes. They can drop like 3 Grops or like 4 Grops. Like only take 2 Grops every time, or like 1 Grop each spawn, and they will be fine. Actually, they have so much scaling and they have so much damage with single target. And yeah, the Team Genetix have to find an engage with Jarvan ult, Orianna ult into Jhin R. They have to. Otherwise, if they don't pair the Jarvan with the Orianna, it's gonna be
I agree.
Actually hard to play, right?
But do you think, even though the comp is maybe not optional or optimal for Team Genetix, there's still like win condition is still there, right? It's not that they completely outpicked. Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, the win condition, as I said, is they're just like they're different comps, right? Since I mean the Teemo is just weird, but I do like the composition of like you have to like imagine QE Syndra comes out, stuns. Braum Q comes out, puts the passive on the target. Viego can W the target, he gets stunned again, and he has a double auto attack from his passive. He instantly stuns with Braum ult. It's really strong. And then you have the Syndra ult that comes with Jinx putting one auto attack there, instant Jinx reset. And that's what you play for. You play for the Jinx reset, and they can actually get it really fast. Team Genetix comp is just like, we find an engage before you find someone to actually one-shot or CC to death, you lose. If Jinx doesn't have flash, you lose. If Jinx is not positioned right, you just lose. Because EQ Jarvan ult with Orianna ult, Senna ult, and Jin ulting from the back or Wing first or gets like one auto attack off, one Q. When Braum shield is not up, you just lose the fight. Also, we have to talk about like top lane matchup. I hope, do we see it? Okay, Reserve went Conqueror. I think it's an odd choice. He will probably never be able to proc Conqueror one time before 20 minutes, probably. Only if Viego is coming to fight top lane, he could have just picked up the how is it called? The little rune that heals you on minion kills and fleet footwork. He bought Doran's shield with second wind, and Teemo is just gonna be miserable.
I mean, he went the green tree secondary, but yeah, as I said, I don't know how much to benefit him against Teemo.
I mean, it does a lot. Like in green tree, there's second wind. I think he went. I hope he went Overgrowth second wind, and he will.
Yeah, he went Overgrowth second wind exactly.
Yes, and Teemo passive. I mean, Teemo poison procs second wind every time he poison procs. So he's gonna heal a lot with Doran's shield second wind. It's gonna proc every time. Teemo auto attacks once and he gets like 4 second wind procs, or so he can just out sustain the Teemo actually. Teemo went for the fleet footwork, so he has a little bit of sustain by himself. But yeah, we have a lot of pressure on bot.
Yeah, we see. I just wanted to say it's really. They had also good trades against Jinx, so YBL really pushed in at the moment.
Yeah. Jarvan is pathing towards bot to just pretend that like Viego may be ganking bot lane, but he is pathing towards top lane. I don't know why. Teemo is gonna push in against like Darius all the time, because he harasses him with auto attacks, and if you harass someone with auto attacks, an enemy champion, minions are always gonna aggro you. So your wave is gonna aggro the enemy wave, and you push, right? So always has to push. Viego's not gonna do anything on top lane here.
Also, mid lane IP wave really working. The Syndra has to reset right now, probably using TP to avoid losing like this whole wave. But let's see. So IP wave doing a good job. It's a little bit low on mana, but I don't think it will be a big problem because he can reset as well right now.
Viego is just resetting on top lane right now to maybe help bot lane or something. No, he's going for the top lane. That's what I meant. He's just like, he's pushing back into the enemy turret.
Flashes out
Flash comes out.
Oh, huge heal from Rashard, but I don't think he will die. Oh my god, that's a lot of minions. That's a lot of minions.
Teemo flashed into the
Rashard needs to be careful here. Syndra's moving as well. I don't think this was respected enough. Nice flash from Rashard, but it was really unnecessary. There was no information on Syndra, but Void engaging here, and also Rashard going back in and picking up the kill for Syndra. First blood for J4, and I think Viego's going down as well. Rashard leaving this on crazy HP, and Void once more is blinded right now by Teemo, but I think he will be able to pick up the kill with ease, and that's a crazy game.
Triple kill for Jordan, really good.
It was a huge mess, I think, initially, watching it that, but
I mean, the Teemo flashed into the Q Razar, into the heal range from Razar, from Darius Q. That's why he survived. He flashed in, and he didn't get the ignite off, so the ignite proc, or the ignite anti-heal, came after the Q proc, and that's why he heals so much HP back.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was, I think, a little bit unfortunate for YBL, but of course, I think well played by Roshar. A little bit in luck involved, but sometimes you have to have that as well.
Yes.
And the bot lane still looking not too bad. Django ahead by some minions, not too much, but doing not too bad. And Senna at the moment on 19 souls.
And it's just stacking and stacking and stacking. It's really good. We have some poke damage. In mid lane we have level 6 to level 4.
That's
so
wild.
Syndra
Oh.
does have flash, but she's not able to flash anything. Yeah, the mid lane matchup is we maybe forgot about it, but Orianna is still such a strong mid lane champion against other mages. She is so oppressive, especially with the W maxing. She has so much more damage than any other mages in mid lane. She's just the queen of mid lane. We just forgot about her because we saw a lot of AD carries in mid lane that actually just outdamages Orianna in early game. She needs some items, and against mages that comes up front again. We have a fight against the Void and Viego, but like Void has 3 kills, he has got a small item already, no chance.
Yeah, and it's really crazy to see, you know, you have a level 7 Orianna against level 5 Syndra with that death on top side for Syndra. She fell behind like immensely, even though also using TP in mid lane. And then immediately dying is of course really unfortunate, losing a lot of power there.
Yes.
And of course Jarvan or Void ahead by a huge margin right now. If you look at the gold, it's like
Okay,
1.2k.
from Syndra. A lot of stacks for Senna again. Darius is just gonna farm on top lane, and he's gonna be like, he's still, even though he's like behind in CS right now, he's gonna be a big threat for later on in the game. He can just like always run Teemo down on side lane.
Yeah, I still don't know what they want to do with Teemo in like later stages of the game. Of course he has his powers, but I don't know if it will benefit it a lot, because you have the oracles, you know, you can still
I mean, as I said before, like playing against Darius, especially when you're like not in a higher league, and you're not like insanely good player, playing against Darius is really hard, and it's not enjoyable. We does pick up the solo kill.
I think
That's why he picked Teemo, by the way. Now we see it.
now we see it, that's crazy. Yeah, I think Roshar underestimated it a bit, I think.
The thing is that I do think that Razar is just like, he's just bored. To be honest, it looks bored to me right there. He went for the anti-slow boots, which is, I mean, he could have gone for Mercury's in this game.
Oh, botlane needs to be careful here. It's the stun. Maybe Void can find an engage on it, but they don't have.
He shouldn't go. He shouldn't go. Viego is there. Jhin is not in range right now. He doesn't have ult, so it's just not a good play.
Yeah, only heal was used in that small exchange, so nothing too crazy, but still, of course, heal burned for Senna.
We should just, right now, we should just gank mid lane, force Syndra to get out of mid lane, roam bot lane. We have some action on bot, but they prepared for it with the Jhin traps, and they cannot get to it.
Yeah, it was a good snare from Senna, of course. And also no ult available for either Braum, I think. There was no ult available, he used it before.
I would just love to see some mid lane action right now. Orianna is so much stronger than Syndra. They're so much stronger, they can easily dive her, they can punish her out of lane, she has to reset, and they just go bot lane as 3 people or as 4 people and dive the Jinx and the Braum. They're so strong.
And basically they're doing this right now. Barrier comes out, but will not be enough, and the Braum will be finished, I think. Jhin ult coming out if he hits everything, and this will be the case.
Snare like makes him able to hit every shot really good.
Exactly.
And then like they have Dragon is coming up soon. They're so ahead on bot lane. I hope they will just... Jarvan will just stay there in the small bush and just... Jinx ult out?
Ooh,
Oh,
Rips got
okay.
sniped here by the Jinx ult.
They could have just re-killed the Jinx again. Jarvan could have waited there in the bush. He doesn't have flash. He doesn't have barrier, and they could just kill her again. Mid lane is looking for a little poke on Syndra, but Syndra just TP'd back to the wave. Probably they wanted to do this because of the Drake that is coming up. Viego is there. Jarvan is walking around the turret, doesn't get the kill. Syndra flashes. Viego is able to pick up the Orianna.
Yeah, it was a little bit scuffed there because everybody was running in different directions, I think. And I think Rashard will not be able to win this, unfortunately.
He didn't get the heal off from his Q, and just has to play a little more patient on top lane there.
Yep.
Just a little more patience. Just try to outfarm the Teemo. You actually can outfarm Teemo in a melee matchup on top lane. It's really possible. Just go for Mercury boots, and then you go like your normal tank bruiser items and everything, and you can run him down if he steps forward to you one time. They're looking for a play in mid lane right now. Orianna doesn't have flash ready, so she walks away. Syndra QE stuns her. Viego is coming up. He doesn't have flash. Jarvan is on the grubs. She does get out, and we get 6 grubs in trade for the Drake. Syndra, Senna solo bot lane against the Jinx right now.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing is Orianna lost the shutdown in the fight that went down in mid lane, and but still, I think 6 crops is not that bad. Also think about Darius kind of being able to split push as soon as it's needed, but I don't know if this ever will be the case against the Teemo.
I mean, it should be someday. I mean, we have the Jhin ult, we have the Braum shield. Jhin can just wait for the Braum shield to disappear and just ult shots him for some poke. They don't have their jungler right now on bot side, so Jarvan is doing the blue buff right now. Maybe they're planning to do something in mid lane or even a top lane gang is possible, but it's so hard against Teemo with all these shrooms. Orianna is a moving bot lane. They're looking to the turret.
Ooh, that's
Jinx
a lot of
super
poke.
low.
That's great. That was a good pickup. And Rashard dying again. Good ult from IPWave from bot lane.
Very good dive.
And also
Meanwhile,
Syndra getting caught by Jarvan. And I don't think she can do much. So a lot of kills on both sides. But I agree. I mean, Rashard could play this a little bit more patient. I think it's a bit unfortunate that we're gifting kills to this little guy.
Of course. I mean, you can actually you can just chill against team on top lane if you play in melee matchup, especially if your team is so ahead.
Yes.
You don't have to look for the trades. You bleed some CS, yes, it's all fine. We get bot lane turret, and I think Rashard didn't have to die a single time in this lane. So now our bot lane should go top lane, play for the tier 2, tier 1 on bot. We have...
Oh, Rips, you need to be careful, but...
He just take over the Senna, Razar is fighting him, Viego ults out, Jarvan is coming there, Razar has 5 stacks on them. They're
a
not
bit
gonna be able to
unfortunate.
actually doing
Yeah,
actually.
Jarvan was, I think, a bit too far away and had no Cataclysm ready to capitalize on that fight, unfortunately, but...
We also don't want to use the Jarvan ult to get Darius more ahead. We want to fight with our team right now. We want to play with Orianna, we want to play with Jhin, we want to play with Senna. They're so strong. If we can accelerate on that, if we can... if we ult there on bot lane, Jinx has like some time where she's just safe, right? Because there's no Jarvan ult up, she can just permanently farm in mid lane, she can play so much more cocky. We have some engages on mid lane again. So much damage from our bot lane against the Braum. Braum is already half HP again.
Yeah, I mean, Ripsy really moving fancy with those feet. I think he dodged every single skill shot that flew by him. This guy's crazy. Jarvan looking for the Teemo right now. And I think this should be the kill, but also Viego in the fight, so Orianna needs to be careful. Flashes, both flashes used, and Ripsy... Oh, IP Wave is surviving that on 1 HP. I was really, really close. I get sniped by the... God damn it. But Jinx dying for that, actually. That's crazy. I think was looking at the map, so did not notice that she's getting engaged by the bot lane. So
Probably.
kills traded left and right.
She also burned both Flash and Barrier again for this, and she still died under the turret. She got like 1 kill picking up on top, but she's like so vulnerable right now to anything.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what we talked about, right? The Jinx with no flash against Jarvan and Orianna. Not the best setting for the Jinx.
Yes. Teemo is walking back to top lane right now. I would love that they just don't fight for the Drake and they just take two turrets on top lane. They just put Razar on bot lane, he can just pick up the wave and they play for 2 top lane turrets to kill the Teemo again. If he is top lane, it's so much more gold, so much more value than this one Drake. What is this Drake?
It's an Infernal.
Where do I see this?
It's bottom right. Here. You see it on stream?
Ah, yeah, I
Yes,
see it now.
yes.
Yeah, this small thing. Okay. Because we don't have that much setup to go for the Drake. We're so much stronger, of course. Maybe we don't need setup. We can just ooga booga all over them. But still, don't like it. They're gonna create the setup right now. Maybe they want to fight. Orianna is bot lane. Jinx has to push out the mid lane wave. So
I mean, Jinx not doing
they're
anything at the
going
moment. So
for the. There we
Jarvan-
have it. There's the QE from Syndra, and she's just.
Oh, it's a lot of damage
the
from
flash.
Django.
Yes. I mean, he has 2 items ready. He has the rapid fire cannon with the crit cloak, so he's at 55% crit, so it's like 50-50 that he does that much damage all the time with every auto attack. Right? He has a lot of range, so he doesn't get like he doesn't have any problems to actually be able to hit someone, especially if Syndra QE is down.
Yeah, so Team Genetix picking up the Infernal Drake, 1 step closer to the soul. YBL not contesting that anymore. But I think I see your plan right now. I think trading it would have been an opportunity. And Herald
If
will
you
be
just
placed.
have so much gold that you have on your champions. Okay, they're gonna use the Herald for the single tier 2 on mid lane. Probably they think they can maybe charge it again on mid lane.
Oh, IP wave.
Yeah, there's a little bit of miscommunication here. They got another charge out on the inhib turret, but I think you could have gotten like 2 turrets plus the inhib turret charged on top lane. If you kill the Teemo and you just be 5 top lane or 4 top laners are pushing bot, you can just like get 2 turrets plus the charge out. So
Yeah, Rosar
also-
playing really dangerous right now. Needs to be careful because Viego is joining him as well. Teemo's still in the vicinity. So I don't think he can do much. Who gets hit by the Senna, so no kill for top lane. But flash burned, of course, by Roshar.
we have the flash, and we don't have the flash anymore. We don't have the ghost anymore on Darius. It's just for how is their name? IP? No, not IP Wave. That's mid laner.
YBL. Oh, mid lane.
YBL.
Yes.
No. YBL.
Yes, YBL.
We haven't engaged onto Jin. Like,
Ooh, that's a lot of gold going over to
that's-
YBL.
That's so much gold, and that was exactly what I was talking about this catch potential and one-shot potential of their team comp, right? You have the Brown Q with the Viego W, and Jin had flash ready, and he was not able to flash. He was just CC'd until death, right? If this happens in a team fight where like Jinx can get excited and everything, and afterwards just takes over a team fight with flash available to dodge the Jarvan ult, she actually is able to carry a game. Right? We all seen that. Jinx 0-10, 2 items, gets reset and just rolls over you.
Exactly. So yeah, Team Genetix not done with this game. Needs to be still awake to close out that series, that best of 3 series. So, like you said at the beginning, I think it's time not to underestimate anything. Still, anything is possible.
They are clearing the top lane shrooms right now, and they finally want to play for that top lane tier 1 turret to open up the map entirely. Right, Teemo is Teemo. He has Balls of Steel.
Yes,
Okay.
this guy's crazy. Damn.
This guy, he just like half-life the Senna with 2 shrooms and a Q.
Also, Braum going top side. Also, Viego slowly on the way. Jinx pushing out to mid lane, but did a reset.
They're bleeding so much in mid lane. They just lost 3
Yep.
waves in mid, and they can't really do anything against Teemo as these 3 people, right? If Braum is top lane, the only thing they can do is hope for an Orianna ult or a Senna W to hit and kill the Teemo so they can. So the first wave they push in gets. Oh, they're going for the engage. They don't know the Viego is there. The Braum
need
is
to be
still
careful.
waiting. They're so. Oh, Viego's
Ooh, it's
coming.
really
TP
overextend.
from Syndra. TP from Syndra. Two targets focused. Viego picks up the Senna, but
Okay,
Jarvan
Void
is
is going
there.
in.
There's just and Senna gets ulted. Viego ults out, and Orianna gets the kill.
Yeah, I mean, it was such a messy fight, but also Jinx not in the fight. Void now overextending really far.
Another shutdown for Jinx. Maybe another shutdown for Jinx. She has to get excited. She can. Okay,
Django needs to make a move here.
She flashed in
the barrier.
and she used barrier. Okay, it's not what you want. On the snipe, the American sniper.
Okay, and Viego also going back in, but I think he needs to kill. Exactly, good stuff. Okay, like again, really messy.
Yeah, I mean, Team Genetix is just not. I mean, they're so nervous. They're so ahead. They can just play low. They can just wait until Jarvan is there. They don't have to force anything. They're so ahead right now, and they just need to play around their cooldowns. They wait for Orianna Jarvan. They play as 4 people. And they don't try to engage randomly onto a Teemo that's like. They saw Braum. They didn't saw Viego, but Braum is always stays there on top lane to defend the turret, to defend Teemo, right?
Yeah, it was also like the awareness was suddenly gone. We knew that Jinx was mid lane, needed to reset, so she will walk topside for sure.
Yes, Teemo is preparing the Drake with his shrooms. Jarvan is going over, trying to deward, right? He's safe right now. JBL is looking to be 5 people at the Drake. They seem to want to fight this Drake, but Team Genetix is so strong and they're so scary. They have all their ults back up. Jinx has no flash available. Syndra has flash available, so if they want to win this fight, they just have to get a clean Syndra stun on someone and they have to like one-shot the target.
Yeah, but also Team Genetix needs to look for a good Orianna ult or with Jarvan combo. And it's a 50-50 at this point, so I don't know what will happen with the steal, maybe. And Viego picks up the Drakes, but will die for it.
Viego will die. In points like this, Razar is actually just a meat shield right now. He doesn't really do it that much. He just walks into the shroud to see where Viego is and pushes him away. Even though he dies, we pick up the Drake and we go out. Then we retake top lane vision. They're just gonna start Nash now because Viego died. They traded Nash for 1 Drake. It's gonna be free Nash. They cannot contest it. Jinxel comes out, didn't steal.
So good pick up by Team Genetix. Baron Nash secured for the moment.
Take the crab. I think Jarvan is gonna clear his top side right now. I hope he just only takes blue and then resets. IP Wave he has already resetted, I think, and went bot lane, so he doesn't have to. He's gonna pick up the Crocs, so he doesn't get engaged on bot lane while nobody is on the map. Jarvan is picking up all the camps on top while his team is already on the map again.
Yeah, they're losing much tempo there.
Yeah, it's okay if everyone like resets at the same time. Jarvan is clearing topside right now, and he does have. Can you change to the gold sheet?
Yes, of course.
He has 1,300 gold in the bank right now. Everyone else paid out like their gold, right? Orianna just resetted and she went back to lane a little earlier. She farmed Crocs, that's why she has so much gold. But everyone else, like, spent their gold already. So Jarvan sits there with 1,500 gold. We have the Senna pick up. The Jinx ult comes with the reset again.
So let's see what happens here. Yeah,
again,
Senna caught, I mean.
Yeah, again, Team Genetix doesn't play as 5. They have to play as 5 against their pick cop. JBL is picking, like, shutdown over shutdown at the time, right? They picked the Jarvan one time, they picked the Orianna one time, the Jhin one time, just by Team Genetix not being in sync as 5 people. They ult the Jinx, Jinx doesn't have flash, and she's just gone.
She goes down. Yeah, gets caught out by the Jarvan, but right now, I mean, Orianna applying a lot of pressure bot side with the Nash, and Syndra needs to be careful not to die here. Also, Django doing a lot of work, but Braum is here, so Django needs to be careful about this. And IP Wave looking for a dive, has his Seraph's Embrace ready. Is he able to finish her, actually? I mean, turret is down. I don't think Syndra can do much anymore. I think she's pretty dead.
Nope.
And cleans Zhonya's from IP Wave. So I will be 2 inhibs.
You don't have to do that. That's the thing. You have Baron buff. You get the turret anyway. You don't have to use your flash, your Seraphs, and your Zhonya's, and your ult to pick up the turret and the 0-5 Syndra that is going to die anyway soon.
Yes.
You can just play with your team. You don't have to do this, right? You have Baron buff. In case she gets that second stun off, by the way, Orianna is just dead, or she has two Zhonya's in their base, and maybe Jinx ult, maybe something else, and she's just dead again. 1 Baron buff loss. So you don't have to do that. Meanwhile, a pick on... not on Braum, on Senna again.
They wanted to try to get the Braum, but unfortunately YBL was faster on that one. And Senna will go down, so they focus a lot on the Darius. I don't know, I feel like YBL is losing a lot of time like trying to chase down this Darius while they lose on other lanes. For example, bot side, mid lane.
Yeah. We see right now, like, look at Rezar's items. He has 2 items. See? And he gets strong. He has 3.5 items now. He's getting stronger and stronger all the time, even though he was so behind. Right? And he is getting scary. And JBL is always trying to like get some kills on Teemo or on Razar or anything, and he can just chill in this game. Like he can completely chill against Teemo. The bigger problem is that actually JBL is looking for a lot of catches all the time, and they just randomly happen because Team Genetix is not walking as 5 people or as 4 people. If Jarvan was there with the Senna and the Jhin, they always get the Braum there. Now Jarvan, again, alone in the jungle, he is a little bit safer than everyone else, but Teemo's taking control with shrooms and everything. They don't have Baron buff anymore. Dragon is coming up, so they really desperately want this top lane turret.
Yeah, still they have 2 pushing lanes with that Dragon coming up, so they don't necessarily. I don't think they need to worry about this Drake too much. They can focus fully on top side with that setup. But I still think again it's relying on the Jarvan Orianna comp to get something going. And Rochard on the side wave, Braum getting engaged. I think they can finish him pretty easily. So that's 1 down from YBL. And Jhin ult coming out here. I don't think somebody can finish. Rochard flashing forward. Also team of trading the flash here.
They take up another turret. They have to defend the bot lane wave. And Teemo is out of rooms. Oh my, okay.
Jarvan engaging with the ult coming from Orianna, but maybe going down here, but Diego doing a lot of work. But I think this might be the game, no?
Yes, this should be game. They don't have Nash anymore, but if Teemo and Syndra is not going to be... Okay.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
The Syndra. Braum is trying his best to defend the wave, while Orianna is killing the Teemo in between the turrets, gets the pick up, and they're on the Nexus.
And that's a GG. How did that Zhonya's kill her? Anyway. Yeah, so it clean 2-0, and I think it was pretty for mid lane. I mean, I can see that it's really unfortunate that Syndra used the TP so early, and after the move to top lane died again. I mean, that's the risk of the game, but it's really unfortunate because that's how you basically lose a lane. 2 levels behind, nothing you can do against it.
Yeah, I mean that's like we just saw that IP Wave just was just better, right, in this mid lane with the Orianna against Syndra. Not the top lane roam with the TP back to lane that just costed him the lane even more. But we saw so much pressure in mid lane. Syndra had to, like, I think level 3, she had to base TP to the lane again because she was so low from Orianna. And then she roamed top lane. She was level 4 to level 6. They got so many. She got so much pressure, or she lost so much pressure in mid lane. Really good played by Orianna. Also, the first Orianna death wasn't particularly Orianna's fault. They just miscommunicated again. Jarvan wanted to go for the kill on Syndra, and Viego just hunted down the Orianna without any mana, any way to protect herself. But yeah, I would love some more coordination by the team. I think these enemies are they haven't played bad. They had a lot of good catches and they had a lot of good things that they did in these games. But if they Team Genetix is playing against other enemies like in the second game, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah,
they have
I
to
see.
step up a little bit.
So yeah, I have a little teaser for you, and I'm wondering what you think about it. But Swiss Ghost is actually losing at the moment.
Okay.
They're 1-0 behind.
Okay.
I think they're playing the second game out right now, so it might not be the case that we will be facing Swiss Ghost in the next game. But nevertheless, I mean, Team Genetix is advancing one round in the upper bracket, which is positive, of course. We won't want to judge that, but of course, like you said at the beginning of the stream, we would love to have a Swiss battle. But yeah, it's not looking too fancy at the moment for Swiss Ghosts.
That's not good. Would have been cool.
Would have been crazy, of course. Yes. Okay, bless you.
Sorry.
Bless you, my friend. So maybe before we end the stream, I think we're gonna end it here because I need to leave soon. And what do you think MVP for the series? Who would you give it to in the end?
Absolutely the Jarvan and the Brand.
Okay.
I think that also like Ripsy and Django played very, very good on bot lane, like insanely good, like really good. They had a lot of like pressure on the bot lane, and Ripsy did so many good engages with the Rel, but they just got caught a little bit too much in the second game.
Yeah.
That's why I don't give them the MVP. Void just played like with the Brand. He did so much like good ganks, and he was there where he has to be, and he just played really good. Also with the Jarvan, I mean, he got 3 kills on top lane, just randomly, right? But he was there and he saw what they're gonna do, and he got the 3 kills, and from that point on, he dived bot lane. He got flashes burned out. He killed the Jinx between the fucking bot lane turrets and everything. So, absolutely Void.
Okay, good stuff. Really. Perfect. All right. Yeah, I think that was it from us. Thank you very much for to you for casting it with me. It was a big pleasure once again. And yeah, so today will not be a stream for the next game. We will continue tomorrow at I think 2 p.m. exactly, Central European Summer Time, and we will stream the whole day tomorrow. But for right now,
You said it wrong. It's Cest.
Yes, that's
Cest.
Okay,
you have to say Cest.
Okay, it's Cest. What does that even mean?
Central European Summer Time.
Yeah, I know that, but why were we saying it like that?
My God, you just have crazy. To make some people laugh.
I'm too old for that. Anyway, so again, tomorrow at 2 p.m. Cest in this case.
Very good.
We will be back. I don't know if are you around as well tomorrow or no?
I'm not sure actually, but they sent me the schedule. I also said that I would be available this night actually to stream. Okay. But there's like I don't think there's anyone left or any other available, so I'm not sure. Tomorrow I think you and Butter and Hugo will be taking the stream, and if there's 4 people, I'm not sure if that's maybe a little too much.
I mean, yeah, I see that. I mean, we can still talk about it. I mean, I don't have to. Like I said, I'm not the best at giving inputs, but I can do the production thingy and whatnot. So we can speak about it.
Yes, yes.
For sure. But yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you again, Dome, for helping me out or helping us out.
No problem.
Much
No problem.
appreciate. And yeah, I wish everybody a nice Saturday, nice weekend, and we will hear us tomorrow again. Don't forget to follow the channel to keep up to date. And also check out store.teamgenetics.ch. Shameless plug at the end, as usual. And
Buy clothes. it's good brand.
Yes. Okay, so have a nice evening, guys, and speak to you soon. Bye bye.
Goodbye.